Hey guys, Teacher here again, and this is the next in my mini-series on my maze that I've built. Today, the second half of the switchery room is in here. This is the objective, one of the 13 objectives that are scattered around the room, around the maze. The player has to get in here, open this up, and then punch it to get warped back into the maze, a random location. And it's then up to them to find the rest of the objectives. This episode we're going to be looking at the redstone circuitry and the phase blocks and the automation that powers these beacons and the control system that down below that handles all of that jazz. So using 13 as a case study, I'm going to go over there and show you roughly what we've got going there with all the redstone phase blocks and everything on the outside. Now first off we have an XOR gate, and this thing will only send out a redstone signal if the inputs don't match. That's this one and that one, the blue one being a phase block. So in this particular case, the one on the right, the torch, is on, there's no power going to that, and the one on the left is triggered off, there's no power coming out of it. So it's wired up to the pistons up here, which control the shutter mechanism down below. And down here we have a redstone sensor, which is signaling things down to the control section below. So let's go look at that. This rather complex contraption is the controller for all 13 stations scattered around the maze. On this end here there are a bunch of redstone sensors, very trimmed down, and these connect directly to the phase block I mentioned up there, which controls one of the inputs to the XOR gate. So if I were to hit this button here, that will toggle on, the phase block will toggle on, and yes, where is it? Over here, you can see that this torch is now present, the inputs are matched, and so the XOR gate turns on. A different input comes down to here, and it's this one here that controls the center pillar, which should be lit now or unlit, I can't remember which. But it will have changed, and it's lit now. And if we go down into the maze controller, these phase blocks here, which are in sync, although not linked to the shining beacon, are also on. Now these phase blocks have a dual purpose, the first of which is to allow current to travel through from the center one here over to here. And the result of that is, if everything is synced up, when I press this button here, power will come flooding down the middle here, and it will only go through to the redstone sensors which have lit beacons, because these repeaters will send power through. If this beacon is off, then power won't transmit and the station will not reset, and therefore it prevents the reset button here from accidentally toggling them on. Secondarily, there is a set of repeaters that sends a current right the way around the entire lot, and once all 13 of these pillars are in place, the circuit will actually reach here, travel to here, and will light this redstone sensor, and this redstone sensor here is what controls the exit gates back at the maze central. So I'm going to break this down and build one for you. So first off we will make the toggleable input, because it's convenient to do that at the start, though it's also, you may also want to do that at the end. Let's get rid of these torches. Here you go, that should be them gone. Second input. This one goes here, or does it? See if I can remember off the top of my head exactly how this works. I think it's like this. Yep, and then one here. Yep, and here and here, here and here. I'm not a particular expert as redstone, as anyone who's watched these videos for a while will know, but I do know that this does work. You have the input from the switch in the switcheroo room linking to there. Then that's one way of toggling, and the other way of toggling is that. And that's this. Now this will link to a redstone sensor, but I haven't quite decided what signatures and so forth I'm going to use for this demo. So let's have gold ore. Gold ore for the status transmitter. How does that work? It will work. Okay, so that's that. Now we can safely trim these away. They don't need to be there anymore. Get a torch in. so that it loops. When this one turns off, that torch flips and this input goes on. It's a simple on-off state form of the redstone transmitter. And now let's go downstairs where our receiver station will be. So first step is to have this bit here. Now I can't remember if I enchanted these or not. I don't think I did, so I'll enchant these as well. Get rid of the rest of these. Cool, and now that's that. Now we automate it. Now I've already got the signature and it's 4 gold on that. So whenever this changes, this downstairs, let's make a hole, should be able to. Cool. And likewise, when this phase block changes, it will also control that phase block downstairs. Somewhat wireless redstone we got going on here. Next step then is to build the the redstone sensor down here and perform the backwards automation. So there's that. We'll trim it down to the setup I had below. Place another redstone here and a button. Yes, button on the edge, just so that it can be manually worked to make sure it's all working. We'll head back upstairs. I can English today. Place this, that, another automation designator. This time for the, come on, give me one. There we go, thank you. This time for the phase block, sorry, the lock block over here. So this one controls this here, and that one, sorry, that one down there controls that one over there. So if all goes to plan, good. Now what we want is our central column. I think it was like this. Yes, it was like that. Central column here, redstone wire along, repeater going in here so that whenever the button is pressed. Now what this accomplishes is, as I said, it will only toggle off. This reset button will never cause stations to toggle on, but when someone reaches a station, they will always be able to toggle it on with the lever, because it's an XOR gate. It doesn't matter which way this lever is flipped, as long as it doesn't match up with that, which at the moment it doesn't. So using this, like back in the maze, you can manually toggle one of your choice. Choose one that I know isn't a bit buggy. There you go. Toggle it on, toggle it off. Now it's just the same as hitting a lever. Or you can hit the reset button, which sends a huge flooding channel down here and causes them all, perfect this time actually, hooray, causes them all to phase out. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Drop it a like, and if you feel like seeing more like this, do subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.